Hello, hello, hello. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Or Road. We are at week 5 into this thing, and we're ramping up. As always, let's jump into the stats. Riding along with myself again this week, Jared. FTP 283, watts per kg 3.9, weighing in at 160 right now, race age 33. And if you haven't read the fun fact, I do hate ranch. You should also. Race stats, 55 minutes, 24 miles, average speed 26.3, normalized power 267, average power 220. Average speed's down a little bit this week, a little slower, kind of out of the norm. So the first 4 weeks were, in the 27 average, super fast, and my normalized has gone down. Especially this one we're kind of saving. I say saving, marginally saving. Bryce and the rest of our Cat 3 riders, we're trying to taper a little bit for Speed Week that's coming up, and we're trying to lower our intensity a little bit. So we're sitting in a little bit longer at the beginning of Or Road, so we're not blowing watts out the window and just getting super fatigued on a Tuesday night. So we're kind of having to watch our efforts the rest of the week as well. So we definitely don't want to go into Speed Week feeling super fatigued and out of sorts just to perform well at Or Road. That doesn't mean anything. So it's just one of those things. Also, people's fitness at Or Road is getting better and better as expected. We're 5 weeks in, and guys are just lasting a little bit longer on, especially the front end of the ride. Like the first 15 minutes, everyone's fresh to cover stuff, to not let anything go up the road. So why not just chill out for the first 10 minutes and kind of let a couple other people burn their matches because they're feeling good. I'm pretty cool with that. Maybe I'm telling you a trade secret right here. Maybe this is going to bite me in the butt a couple weeks from now at Or Road when this thing comes online. But I don't know. That's just a thought. But the weather's great. The psych is high. We're getting a large crowd out here. And to not bore you anymore, we'll push ahead and watch some bike racing. Okay. Like I said, I was chilling. We're 20 minutes in now, and I've just now got to the front to kind of show you the sharp end of the race. And my spidey sense was tingling. So I was like, let me watch these two rascals right in front of me. Bicycle Sport Rider, King Racing Development Rider on the right in the orange, and boom. Super lucky, and I just get right on this attack, and it's a massive attack. I mean, 900 watts and just holding 800, 700 for a big breath right there. Up that hill, which is always painful. Ripping 28 around the corner, and we've got a little bit of a gap. Start the rotation, and I thought Josh Moore right here in the orange stripes was gonna pull a little longer, because we normally run like 32 on this straightaway, and we're only going 28, and now it's me, and I looked down and noticed that we're not going as fast as we probably should to snap the rubber band just yet. And I'm a big proponent of, if you're going to be on the front, it needs to be for a purpose, whether it's to bring someone back or to keep the pace high. And that's not really what's happening right here. And real quick, boom, massive counter from a hot fly rider. To perfect timing, like right when we slowed up to like 20 miles an hour, he just slingshot it around us. Perfect. But yeah, if you're not really going to be on the front doing anything with purpose, like, bro, just get off. Like, that's my whole philosophy, and it helps me save watts. So hopefully it helps you next time you're on the front. But that was a massive counter by the hot fly rider, and everyone's kind of content right here, kind of just letting him go up the road. And sure enough, I've got some teammates right here on the left getting in good position, and Nick gets out of the saddle, puts in a dig, and this was like perfect timing where some of the stronger guys had just done that little attack in front of me, and they were still on the front, and were just a little tired or didn't want to burn another match so quickly, and they kind of let those guys roll off the front. It's 4 riders who just rolled off the front, and you have that 1 hot fly rider who did it a second ago. So we've got 5 riders total, and now we're just a half lap later, and here comes a chase, and I'm still kind of in the front, and I gotta break off another 1,000 watts right here because I see the fast guys. A good group of riders in front of me are trying to start the chase, keep the speed up, and I've got to make sure, you know, we're in that. And if they drag me up to our teammates, that's okay. It's enough riders to where we want to have more than one guy up there and have a presence. But it really didn't do anything. We caught a couple riders in the break, started to peel off. Our teammate Jonathan, you'll see here in a second, I'll point an arrow on him right now, and he started fading back a little bit as well. So there's only 3 riders up the road, I believe, maybe 2. Skipping ahead about another lap, and we're still chasing about 2 guys up the road, and the chase begins again, and here I go. I'm in another position to where I have to follow this. Another 700 watts. So my book of matches is getting used up pretty quick, but that's okay. I'd set in for a while. It just so happens like it's back-to-back combinations right here to chase the leaders and bring them back in. You can see them just up the road right there. Looks like there's 5 riders, and I'm really content, you know, to kind of just like surf wheels right here. I'm not gonna get on the front and do anything. I'm not gonna bring this back. But you can see how close they are. They had no chance of staying away, and we get reabsorbed. Everyone resets, and as soon as that happens, just 2 laps later, same old song and dance. I'm right on a good wheel. I want to follow this thing, but we're not going fast enough. People are just keeping it just fast enough, and then they let up. But we've got 1 rider putting a dig in, and then I've just got to follow this. This is painful. I just seem to find myself in like the front position for like back-to-back laps. So I had to cover things. Not ideal. Would love to have some teammates maybe in another position to let me have a break. But sometimes that's how it happens. Like sometimes you just get trapped in a certain part of the group, whether it's the front or in the back, and you just can't move up quickly enough. This guy pulls off to the left right here. A little frustrating, so I just pause just for a second, and then I put down the power to try and get a gap between the rider behind me because I don't want to drag anybody else with me. And I'm looking around, I'm like, yo, these are fast guys. Like, this could be a good group to start a breakaway. And as soon as I look back, I'm like, no. I was like, the peloton's still there. I'm tired. I need to make sure I don't blow up or use too many matches too quickly. But as soon as I say that, the group kind of slows down, and everyone starts playing cat and mouse in the front. And I'm in this weird position of like, do I chase this down or do I sit in? And luckily, boom, teammate Bryce comes to the rescue, gives me some relief. He puts down some watts real quick to bridge up to those 3 riders. And now, we'll skip ahead. He's on the front. There's 2 riders up the road with Bryce, and we're 30 minutes in. So after those just relentless, like 4-lap attacks, finally something gets a little bit of tackiness to it, gets a little bit of glue, and stays up the road for a while. And so after I lay back and recover, I'm slowly moving myself back up towards the front to either defend for Bryce, or if a big enough group goes, I'm going to follow that. And you can see it. The attacks are starting to go. Teammate Jake's on the right. I'm going to follow that. And it should be good to go. So we're running through this thing, and we're just being smart right here. We're just going to let guys fill in. You can see the chase group's right up the road. The Flyers are, and there's just not much chance for them to get away. I catch a perfect free ride right here from this guy. Just happened to be in a perfect spot where the group to my right let up, and he just takes the momentum all the way to the front. I love it. And you can see the riders up the road. And I'm like, yeah, dude. I was like, I got a teammate up the road, Brent. I'm not pulling this back. You can pull me all the way up to him. And that's exactly what happens. But it just wasn't fast enough. See, we're only going 24. We should be going like 30-something miles an hour right here. Oh, it just spiked up to 27. That was a little blip in the sensor, must have. But boom, as you can tell, there goes Bryce. We're bringing him back, and it's all just kind of just getting shuffled around. Nothing's really getting away or like going up the road, but we're all just like doing little carousels around each other this whole time in these efforts. And with Bryce still kind of just up there like 15 yards in front of me, I'm like, hey, let me roll back, get a little bit of the draft, and let some of these other guys cover some stuff. But at this point, you can check the rear cam. The peloton's on us. And I just kind of chill out right here. Recover a little bit. Back-to-back efforts have really cooked me. I'm feeling decent though. The heart rate and these intervals out here. Oh, that was 800 watts out of that corner. That was painful. That was all for nothing. Wow, everyone sets up. Dang. I'm sure that hurt. I don't remember now recording audio, but I'm sure that hurt. Oh, and it was all for nothing. But yeah, it's been a great time doing Ore Road again, and I'm just excited for these Tuesday nights to get longer and longer. More and more attacks, the harder it is going to be to be able to stay on, and I think the group is just going to get smaller as well. But I'm curious to see how people respond to their fitness and the longer rides coming up. But this thing, you can see we're kind of strung out right here, going 31 down the hill, which isn't too terribly fast. But today just did not seem to be the day for a breakaway to go up the road, and everything kind of stays together. You know, and it happens from time to time. We're just kind of playing it smart, not trying to use energy and stuff like that. But oh, here we go. I know I want to show you this. I was trying to figure out, the action was kind of settling down. I kind of just roll the front right here. We're all back together, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna roll front, do a little surge into the corner, do a little surge out of the corner, and check under my shoulder. Well, newsflash, everybody, want to introduce, we got a new teammate, Logan, right here in the black, coming up on my right. I told him, he doesn't have a kit yet, but I told him, rule 1, don't chase your teammate. And I just wanted to show you guys that. It was hilarious. He's a big-time mountain biker, does a lot of gravel races, and he's getting into more road racing, crit racing, and he's excited. So he doesn't know all the rules. And I was going to give him a break because he wasn't in a Newtype kit. But the next coming weeks, he's going to be in one, so it should be fun. Okay, we skipped ahead. 50 minutes in, we are coming to 2 to go right here at the line. And guess what? I need to get my butt in position. It's been super surgy, slow, fast, all that stuff. And we tried to do like a little bit of organization for a lead out. It didn't really work. I've got Jake and Bryce directly in front of me. Jonathan Wise is on my wheel. So I'm surrounded by a good group of guys, good teammates, and right now it's relatively fast. You can see it's single file. That's what we want it to be, but it's not gonna last. There was some team tactics up in the front, like kind of got real surgy, just like this, like we all start fanning out. But what do I want to do? I at least want to make sure I'm on a wheel of a teammate. You can see Bryce up the road looking back to make sure he's looking for me and Jake. But you can see the rear cam, just the peloton's coming fast. But there's a lot of Newtype blue coming through. So it's good to see. It surges again up this hill, having to put out 700 watts. Teammate Jason is directly in front of me. He is putting in a lot of work. He's doing his job of trying to get me up the road and give me a lead out of what I need. But it is super surgy right here. We're fighting for position. Coming to 1 to go at the line. Jason gets squeezed just slightly. just slightly, and loses a ton of momentum. And Jason's day is done. He's popped. Valiant effort. And now I've got to get back in position to find Jake and Bryce. So what's going to happen? I'm way out of position. I'm too far back. Coming into 1 to go. A lot of guys right here trying to fight and jockey for position. Big surge out of the first corner. And I'm just like, oh no, what's going to happen here? Jake's pulled off. He thought I was on his wheel. I was not. So all his effort was for nothing. It opens up to the left. I'm going to take the right gutter. I'm going to put a good, decent power into this thing and just carry my momentum. Following Mike King right here in the orange stripes. Great wheel to follow. He just launches way too early. Well, he launches earlier than I wanted to. He takes the gutter. Sick line. And I'm punching it out the watts. 600, 700. Oh, open it up on the right. I've got to make this corner. I want to beat this trapdoor rider to the corner. I just throw it in. I get squeezed a little bit. He does a great job of squeezing me into this corner. I scrub speed, and he just launches right around me. Even though I put out 1,000, I can't do anything. He just had so much more speed coming around that corner. I'm in 5th right now. I gave it all I got for the finish. There you go. Boom. Ore Road week number 5. A little spicy. Last 2 laps right there. A little too far back. It was kind of surgy. It was one of those things that was like a little confusing. Like it was a slower finish to the race than it has been. We definitely, Newtype, we want to work on trying to keep that faster in the coming weeks. So we'll see how we do. But other than that, guys, that's it for this week. Appreciate you watching. See you later.